to the Woodruff kitchen again, and I hope you enjoyed the quiche. I hope people were able to make that. Today we are going to make one of my students' favorite dishes, and that is taco rings. What is a taco ring? Well, basically it's just a taco, but instead of using tortilla shells, you are going to use crescent rolls, and you're going to put it in the shape of a circle. Hence the name taco ring. So for today's demo, I have here a pound of ground beef. We were fortunate. I was able to send Eli and Anthony out earlier, and they actually scored some beef at Kroger. So if anybody's looking for some beef, they had some. And I have a cup of cheddar cheese. You could use any kind of shredded cheese probably that you would like. I have some crescent rolls, whatever brand you prefer, some taco seasoning, and then we're going to top it with whatever taco toppings we typically like. So we also have some onion here. Now the recipe originally does not call for onion, but I have a lot of onion, so I might as well use it before it goes bad. Yes, so we're going to do this half of the onion. We're going to cut all the way down to the cutting board, but not through the end of the onion. And just make incisions all the way down to the cutting board. I'm going to make a small incision here like this. Then we're going to cut through the onion so that we're making dices. And we're going to cut this part here close to the root. All right, and my onion is done. All right, so now now you could just save onion and use it as a topping, but I like my onion caramelized as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put it in here with the ground beef. So I'm going to put my skillet over here on about medium-high heat to start out with. And when you're cooking ground beef, especially if it's the fatty kind of ground beef and you didn't get the really lean kind, ground beef makes its own oil, its own grease. So you don't have to put any olive oil or anything like that in with it. So after this heats up, it's getting pretty hot now. I'm just going to put my ground beef in. And I'm going to put my onion in with it. This is how I also cook spaghetti and chili, anything that calls for onion cooked with ground beef. I just cook it at the same time. All right, so I'm going to grab my wooden spoon here and then just start chopping this up. Now, my students at home that have taken Culinary 1 or Culinary 2, you guys should know that ground beef needs to be cooked to 155 degrees. Now, if you are going to be browning the ground beef like this, then basically the main thing is you just don't want to see pink. I also have already ready to the side here, I have a bowl that is set up with a colander in it so that I can drain this when it's finished. Okay, you can see it's already starting to make its own grease down here at the bottom. So all I need to do is stir in that onion here with my beef, and it should cook up really nicely. So we need to keep an eye on this so that it doesn't burn, and we need to stir it pretty often. But while we are doing this, we can also be starting our ring. So I've got here a pan, And I've got my crescent rolls. Now, in order to make the crescent rolls not stick, my students should know in all my classes that one of my very, very favorite things to use is parchment paper. Parchment paper is something that I always keep on hand in my kitchen. It will save your pans so that you don't have to scrub and scrub and scrub. And a lot of pans, if you scrub too much, it takes the coating off of it. So this will help save your pans and give them longer life. So, and take my crescent rolls. I'm gonna find where I need to open it. It's right here. Pull on that. And if it doesn't open right away when you pull, then find the seam, push down with your thumb, pop. Okay, now these are going to be in triangle shapes. So we do not want to mess up the triangle shapes. You don't want to smush the dough together or anything like that. We're just going to use them in the triangle shapes that they come in. Open up my other can. Pop. All right. Take it out. Now, I hear that my ground beef is really starting to sizzle. So, I'm going to come over here and stir it a little bit. Nice and stir it up. Make sure my onion is mixing in well. Oh yeah, that's starting to smell really good. Alright, I'm just going to spread this out so it cooks more evenly. Alright, and I'm going to come back over here to my crescent rolls. Okay, so like I said, the crescent rolls should be in triangle shapes. You just need to find where the seam is. Unroll that. Just like this. Alright, and you see here is a triangle shape of sorts. I have found that sometimes they don't roll out exactly how we would like, but you can just kind of push them back together like that. Alright, so the flat part of the triangle, the small flat part, needs to be towards the middle of your pan. And we're just going to take these and spread them out. So that they go like this. Just keep unrolling. And spread. Check on your meat every now and then. See how there's still some pink in there. And then make sure there's no pink. Very nice. All right. So I'm going to continue to do this. We're going to stop the camera for a minute, and when we come back, I'll be ready to show you how to finish up the ground beef and fill this. All right. So now we're back, and our meat is done. There is no pink in it whatsoever, so I'm going to turn this off, and our onions look nice and cooked. Close up there, cameraman. All right, so now I am going to just drain my grease. We never want to drain our grease down the sink because it could clog it. This meat actually doesn't have that much grease to it, so that's good. That means it's probably a leaner meat. All right, now I'm gonna put it back into the pan. Okay, bring it back over here. Now, I'm going to add to this 2 tablespoons of water, my taco seasoning. You can also make taco seasoning at home. There are different recipes you can find on Pinterest or Google for making your own taco seasoning. This is just a generic mild taco seasoning that I got from the store. Mix that in. It's starting to smell like a taco. And then also, we are actually going to add our cheese in and let it melt in with the taco meat too. So, add in the cheese. There we go. It should be nice and gooey and good. Okay, you can see it's already starting to melt in there. All right, and I've also got my taco ring laid out. Now, as you can see, we've overlapped this, so we're just going to kind of press this down because we need a space for our taco meat to actually sit. And then it gets wrapped up. So I'm gonna kind of push this together. All right. Now I'm just gonna go through and put the taco meat right here on the fat part of the triangles. Ooh, look at that. Nice, gooey, melty cheese. It's so good. Go. My cameraman, who is my son, Eli, he told me to stop singing. He doesn't want me to sing. So, anyway, we're almost done with this. Just gonna try to put it as even as we can around here. And if some falls out, it's okay because we have our parchment paper down here to catch it. And it's not going anywhere. It's not gonna get all over the tray or anything like that. All right, look at that. Now we're just gonna go through and take these ends and just kind of tuck them under, just like that. Okay, just wrap it around here and just tuck it under. Like that, until we get all the way around. Also, my oven is done preheating. I preheated that to 375 degrees. There we go. This is going to be so tasty. All right. Moving along here. Wrap and tuck, wrap and tuck, just like you're putting it in a little blanket. All right, almost done. And then we're gonna be ready to move this into the oven. We're gonna check on this in about 15 to 20 minutes, just depending on how fast your oven cooks, but it's about 20 minutes. You want this to be nice and golden brown, and you don't want this to be doughy at all. So we're going to move this into the oven. I'm going to set my timer. I'm going to check it after 18 minutes. Let's start. All right. And hopefully when we come back, we'll have a finished ring and I'll show you how to top it. So my timer's gone off now, and it actually went off before, but I went ahead and set it for another 2 minutes, so it did take the entire 20 minutes, but you always want to check to be on the safe side. I'm gonna remove it from the oven. And look at that. It looks so good. You want to put a ring on it, right? Was that cheesy, Eli? You know what else is cheesy? The inside of this taco ring. So anyway, we are now ready to eat this. So what we're gonna do is just grab a plate. I'm gonna grab a knife. And we're going to cut into it. All right. Oh yes, this is gonna be delicious. I'm gonna grab a nice big piece, put it on this plate. And Eli, what do you like on your taco?
Cheese. Sour cream.
Sour cream, I knew it. We also just bought some jarred salsa here. I might actually teach you guys how to make salsa in another video because that's one of my favorite things. Grab some sour cream out of the fridge. And you could get regular tomato if you want to, whatever you like. I know that my family also likes some tahini seasoning. Do you want some tahini seasoning, Eli?
Yes.
Awesome. That. Tahini, we found it. I'm also going to grab some cilantro. Eli, you like cilantro, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. In here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Brought some home from the school tower as well. So we got some of that here. All right. Now I'm just going to take this and top it with a little sour cream because that's how Eli likes it. A little stir. There we go. Some sour cream. I know Eli's probably going to want more than that, but we're just going to, for now, do this much. Little tahini seasoning on there. There we go. And a little bit of cilantro. There you go. Now we've got a nice at-home meal, and I'm going to give this to Eli. Fork. There you go. And see what he thinks. Never mind the table over there. It's my projects and NTI stuff. Hot. How is it? Awesome. Taco ring. Try to make it at home. And can you see me? Oh, here we go. No. Eli, you take over filming. Now, also, I'm going to be posting this on YouTube, so you can like and subscribe if you want to see more videos.